welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video I created a beach bungalow, and for once I'm actually more proud of the interior of the build than I am of the exterior. I just think the interior looks really pretty. It's very white, has a lot of soft colours, and I just think it suits the beachy vibe really well, and I'm just really happy with how it turned out. This bungalow has 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it's actually surprisingly big on the inside, even though it looks quite small from the outside. I was actually quite shocked with how much space there was. But yeah, this house, the exterior, obviously I was going for a bungalow look, but there are some things that, looking back at now, I really wish I had done differently. I didn't put the flower pots underneath the windows. I don't think they're called flower pots. I can't think of what they're called right now, which I always put in all of my builds. I just think it looks really cute and it gives the house a bit of a touch of colour, and I just completely forgot in this build. And I did I did put some flowers on the wall, the Jungle Adventures one that I used a lot as well. I don't know, I just felt like it was very, like, it looks like a beach bungalow. I think it really fits the vibe, but I just wish that I had done things a bit differently. I was a bit lost because the garden is at the front of the house, and I think it's the first time I've had the garden be in the front of a house in a build. I usually put it in the backyard, so I struggled a bit with the layout of that, but I did have a reference image, so I kind of just went with that. Then you just have some ladders going into the sea. I mean, I don't think they really have that in any beach bungalows in real life, or maybe they do, I don't know. I've never been to one. Personally, I would not want to live in this house because this house is literally, a part of it is on top of the water, and the water, the sea, it just freaks me out a bit, which is not very hard to freak me out. I'm scared of almost everything, but something about the sea and not knowing what's in there, it just, like, it creeps me out. I've had a couple of bad experiences as a kid, just getting dragged out into the sea, and you know, the waves, huge waves that will like throw you into the floor, and like my friend had to lift me up because I was like underneath the water and I couldn't get up with like the pressure of the sea, and like the waves, when you know they go back, it's like just dragging me back into the sea, and it was horrible. And it's just one of those things that happened to me as a kid, and I just haven't got over it since, which happens to me a lot. But anyways, what are you guys up to? I obviously am doing nothing. No, this week I don't have any plans whatsoever, which obviously here in Spain where things are kind of back to normal. I mean, we can do what we usually do but with a mask on and that, but I have 0 plans this week. My social life is just non-existent. But I've been trying to get into editing videos more, but not Sims videos, just fan edits like you see on Instagram of series like Game of Thrones or a character or whatever, sometimes a celebrity. I've always really been into them, especially the people that make like their own trailers or put like a really epic song and then put scenes. Like I've seen a lot of Game of Thrones ones that look really cool, and it's a lot more difficult obviously than what I thought it was gonna be, but I'm practicing. And did I say this in the last video? I think I did talk about this in the last video of my incident with an Instagram account where I basically created a second account to upload the fan edit things that I made. But Instagram, when you make a second account, will let all your contacts know, and so all my friends, and I don't know who it sends this notification to because I haven't synchronized my contacts in my phone to Instagram. So like I said, I have no idea who Instagram sent this notification to, but it basically sent a notification to all my friends that I know of, saying that I'd created this other account and to follow me. And I was so embarrassed. Like, why is Instagram snitching on me like that? Like, I just wanted it to be anonymous. I'm so glad, because I was considering, because my friends don't know about my YouTube channel, so I was considering making an Instagram account for this channel, and I'm so glad that I didn't, or else that would have just been It's not like I'm ashamed of my videos or anything, I just think because my friends, none of them play any games, and I just don't think they would understand it, and that's why, and I'm not saying like they're gonna judge me, but I'd rather just not tell them yet. I don't know, I just feel better that way. But yeah, I think I've finished the garden, and I've been using those lights from City Living a lot because I really want the ones from Toddler Stuff, but I don't have that pack. So I just make do with the City Living ones, which I think are quite cute as well. And I usually use to make like pathways the stones that are in the hidden debug menu. But I decided to use that map from Get Together, that I think it comes with Get Together, that everyone uses as like a path. And I never used it, and I think it actually looks quite okay. Like if you zoom in, you can obviously tell that's a map, but from far away it just looks like stones, so that's just what we're going with. It's actually a lot easier to place as well, because with the rocks and debugs you have to place so many of them and size them down, and there's only like 4 different versions, so you kind of like to not have 2 that look the same right together, and you just, it's complicated. I don't think I used any objects from debug. I do like debug sometimes, but I just think it's so big and you can't really filter it that well, and sometimes you just like you can't be bothered to go through debug, and there wasn't really any objects that I had in mind from debug that I thought would look good in this build. Usually if I do get objects from debug, it's because I remember that one thing that's in the menu and I have to scroll down and find it, and while I'm trying to find that I see a million other objects that I like. But I think this build didn't really need it. I was kind of struggling what to put on like that front porch, as it's a bit of a weird shape. I really wish I had done that a bit differently as well. And I actually wanted to put like the bench that's in front of the windows where the flower arranging table is, but I'd already put that shelf and shrunk some objects and moved them up onto the shelf, and I just didn't want to do that all over again, and so I just kept it as it was because I'm lazy. Now moving on to the kitchen, and I actually really like this kitchen. I'm never usually a fan of my kitchens because I don't really know how to furnish them, and I think all mine end up looking the same, especially since I use the same counters, like either the Parenthood counters or the Jungle Adventure counters, which are these ones. But I actually really liked how this one turned out. I think it fits the vibe, like you said, very beachy, you know, sandy coloured stuff in this build with a lot of plants, and I just really liked how it turned out. Like I said, it's very open, like it doesn't look that big from the outside, but it is actually quite big. The living room I think is, well, it's not bigger, but it's quite big for a living room. I didn't really know what to put in there, so I ended up putting the second bathroom in there because I originally only thought about having 1 bathroom, but I ended up giving the house another one. So that's fair, you know, 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, so everyone's got their own bathroom. Here's a little dining area. I really struggled with curtains because we just need more curtains in The Sims 4, because some of them, I don't know, like they've obviously made these curtains to fit like one window, one very specific window, and they just don't fit any other ones. Like if you're going to give us a window, give us a curtain that can fit on it. And Sims does this so much where they will give us something but they won't complete it. Like they'll give us a counter but they won't give us the cabinet that goes with it, or they'll give us a fence but they won't give us like the railing for the stairs, or they'll give us like, I don't know, like they just give us like in the living room, I just forgot to speak then, sorry. I wanted to use a couch from Parenthood, and basically they had it in the 3-seats one, and then they had the 2-seats one, and they were identical, but none of the swatches were the same. Like, why would they do that? Like Parenthood, I really don't know what they were thinking with the swatches of that pack, because nothing goes with each other, and it's really frustrating. And this happens a lot in The Sims, the same way it says that something's black, but it's not black, it's grey. And it happens a lot, especially with windows. So you have some windows that are black and then some windows that are grey. and it's just one of those little things that's very annoying when you're building, because then you have to change everything, and something can look like it can be perfect, but like the color is off. And I won't even get started on the wood swatches. I hear like that's an issue with the new stuff pack, the Nifty Knitting pack. It's apparently similar to Parenthood regarding the swatches. They're very colourful, which I don't like it when they do that personally. I really wish that they would implement the system from The Sims 2 to Sims 4 with the swatches. So Sims 2 you had swatches, but with certain objects like counters and beds, you could customize them a bit more. With beds, for example, you could choose the bed frame, the color of the bed frame, and then the cover of the color of the cover, the bed cover. Because what happens a lot is that you go to choose a bed and say you're using like black wood, for example, so you want it to have the black wood frame, but then the cover doesn't go with the room, if that makes any sense. But in The Sims 2 you could change that, so you could choose the black bed frame and then choose the cover that suits the room the best. And I just think that that was a really good system. Obviously I think it's too late to do that in Sims 4, but it would be nice to see in Sims 5, because I wasn't really a fan of the colour wheel in The Sims 3 regarding, or in Build and Buy. I did obviously like it in Create Sim. It was very useful, something that I wish they would bring back, and they might bring back into Sims 4 now. But yeah, it would be nice in this game to have better skin tones. I just think the skin tones in general, they're all bad. Like, they don't have my skin tone in the game, because my skin tone is neutral and all the white colors are just they're just too yellow or they're too pink. There's not really any in between. So for me, there's like 4 skin colors that I will use for all my Sims. Like, I think there's like 1 white one, 1 medium, or 2 tanned one, and then 1 like black one. So yeah, hopefully like it's better once they improve it. I hope that, obviously I think because they came out with a video today, that they're going to improve the swatches that are already in the game and also add more. So hopefully that should be enough, but I just think that color wheel would be so much better. The same thing with hair color, because there are so many hair colors and the ones that we just got is just, it's not enough. And obviously they can do it because we have it for pets, so I don't know why they gave it to pets and not to Sims. But anyway, talking about build, I didn't really like the kids' room, how it turned out. I think the layout's a bit weird. I really struggle with kids' room. I think it's because of the single bed. I like having a double bed because it just takes up more space. Whereas a single bed, you have to like put more things in. And yeah, I struggled with it. Originally it was a different layout, but I think I just cut that out of the video. And yeah, I'm just having a mental blank right now. Is that even a word? Have I just made that up? Probably. I figure out how to speak English when I do voiceovers. I know how to speak, but then as soon as I have to speak to someone or do a voiceover, I just forget how to speak, full stop. Or I just stutter, or I just say things that don't make any sense. It's not fun. So here's the living room, and I cut out the couches from Parenthood because there's no point in showing them, and I ended up going with these base game ones instead. And the living room's quite basic. I kind of just did that really quickly. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I guess I could have just added some object on top of the fireplace. You know, it looks very like something out of a magazine. I think it's very, no clutter at all, but I actually like builds without that much clutter. It depends on the build and it depends on the room, but some rooms just don't suit clutter. But yeah, I really like the living room, and then behind I had the bathroom and with the washing machine, and I could just do something because I thought it was something that looked better in my head, and then when I saw it, like I do it now, I put the washing machine there, which makes no sense because it's in the living room, but I was freaking out because like there's no room for it, so I just made the bathroom bigger and put the washing machine in the bathroom. So yeah, that looks a bit better, I think. But anyways, the speed build is almost over, and so I'm just gonna leave this voiceover here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. It would mean a lot, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.